Hello and welcome back to The Real Night Author. I am Faith. I am the author of 2 books currently. This one is called As Gray as Black and White, which is about a blue-eyed, blonde-haired boy who discovers he is black during segregation. And this one is called The Hair Dare, which is about 2 identical twins with unidentical hair who face off over a model search in the 1970s. Both of those links will be down in the bottom. Today, what I wanted to talk to you guys about was my favorite writers in terms of teaching the craft of writing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start showing you some covers of some books that have helped me in my journey, and if you are interested in becoming a writer/author, you are going to want to check these out too. So the first book that I'm going to show you is by James Scott Bell. It is called Plot and Structure, and in this book James Scott Bell teaches you how to understand the 3-act structure. And the 3-act structure is typical of what authors usually use to write their books. James is very good at teaching, and his book is simple so that you can understand the process. He explains to you why you need to follow a certain process. He explains to you how to get to each of those sections of your book, and it's just a very clear description of what you need to do to make sure that you are following the traditional structure of writing a book. The second book that I would recommend is called Dialiogue by Gloria Kempton. Now, these books that I'm showing you here are not new. These books came out through Writer's Digest years ago, but trust me, they are still very good books. This book by Gloria Kempton is all about writing dialogue. Some people are just not good at it, but she was excellent at it in her day, and she teaches you how to be excellent at it as well. She talks about dialogue tags as well, you know, the he said, she said, or whatever, what to use and what not to use in a dialogue tag. So the book is very clear, and I love these Writer's Digest books because of that. They're very clear. So that is the second book that I would recommend. The third thing that I'm going to recommend to you, it is a book, but it is also by a writer/blogger named K.M. Weiland. She writes a lot of books on structure. So the book that I'm showing you now is Revising Your Novel. I really liked her revising book. I like her structure books. I'm going to show you a couple of her books up here. K.M. Weiland's blog is called Helping Writers Become Authors, and I'll put that down here. That blog is phenomenal. I have been following K.M. Weiland for a long time, and she is really good at what she does. She writes mostly fantasy, but when it comes to craft, she really knows her business. She has a podcast as well, and I think it's also called Helping Writers Become Authors. So you should subscribe to the podcast as well as go to her blog, because she is excellent in terms of teaching you all kinds of things about craft. She talks about character development, how to choose your characters, how to write the antagonist, the protagonist. She talks about the 3-act structure. I showed you in another video the timeline that she has. This is on her website on how to structure your novel. She's just really good at all those things, and so I'm recommending her highly because she has helped me a lot as an indie author to learn how to write like a trad author so that my books are indistinguishable from theirs. So those are the books that I recommend. There are many others. Save the Cat Writes a Young Adult Novel is a good one. I didn't like the first Save the Cat, but I like this one because this one is specific to young adult, and that's what I write mostly. I write some middle grade and I write some new adult, but YA is really my sweet spot, and this particular book is really good because what they do in this book is they explain based on examples. So you get examples of different books. You even get examples of movies so that she can help you to see why you're going to do a certain thing and where you would do that certain thing in the book. There are a lot of other books. The other book that I recommend is also a James Scott Bell book. It's called Writing Your Novel from the Middle, and I'll show you that cover. And the reason why I don't have these books in hand is because I usually get my books off of Amazon or some other website, and I read them on I don't have a Kindle, but I read them on my Kindle app. So that's why I don't have a lot of paperbacks to show you, but you should be able to find the books from the covers. So yeah, I'm trying to think, what else did I want to recommend to you? Because those books are really my go-tos in terms of writing. Anything by James Scott Bell, to be honest, is good in terms of teaching you to write. There's another author that I really like who writes craft, and his name is Larry Brooks, and Story Engineering was the first book that I bought from him. He also has one called Story Fix, and what I really like about Larry is that he's no play. He's no play. He gets right to it. He tells you what you're doing wrong. He shows you how to do it right. He's like no nonsense, I guess is what I'm trying to say. He's no nonsense when it comes to writing, so his book is really good. I've learned a lot from him. I really love him. There are a ton of other writers out there that write, that teach writing, but these people that I've just mentioned to you are really the main ones that have helped me. I think they're probably the easiest to understand, the clearest books. Now I'll tell you that Cam Weiland is pretty deep. So she may be discussing things that you may not get like at the first time, but just keep checking her out because she's good at what she does. So I wanted to share those with you guys because I said I'd come on here and share my favorite writing teachers, and these people also write books, so they know what they're doing. If you're interested in those, I'll put the links down for the books that I mentioned, and please subscribe to this channel. I am trying to build up my subscriber base. I am not new to YouTube. I have two other channels, Gray Your Way and Still Looking Good 58. They are both wig review channels, so you will see when you go to those sites that I have been around for a while. This particular channel is my baby because I'm back to writing now that I'm retired, and I wanted to be able to share things with you about writing as well as reviews of books that I have read from a writer's perspective. I'm going to give you that when I give you the book reviews. I'm going to be teaching you about marketing your book. I'm going to be teaching you about writing your book. I'm going to be sharing my personal journey with you. I'm going to be doing cover reveals for the books that I have coming out. I may even do some giveaways on here, so just stay tuned. Please tell your friends and family, anybody that you know that loves to read, as well as someone who may be interested in learning to write, because that's what I'm here to do, to help you, especially from an African American perspective. So thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.